beef soup. Here's what you're gonna need. Some meaty beef bones, 2 small onions, 3 cloves of garlic, 5 peeled carrot, 3 sticks of celery, half a red pepper, and half a green pepper. First off, melt your butter. Then, add your piece of steak. Now you want to cook them on both sides until it's brown. During the meat time, you can start cutting your veggies. Be sure to cut them in big pieces. Like that, you're going to keep all the flavor. Then it's probably gonna be time to turn your meat. But make sure it's well done before you turn it. And the time is about 2 minutes on each side. Then once it's cooked, put the piece of steak with the veggies. Now what's in the pan, this is where all the flavor is. This is where the magic begins. Add some water to rinse it off. And make sure to scrape the bottom of it. You want to get all the flavor. Then you're going to want to add some water. Make sure to cover all of your veggies and the steak. Put some beef concentrate, some salt, and some pepper. See the color of that broth? Make sure you cover it before you boil it. Now you're going to want to make that boil for about an hour or 2. Once your hour or 2 is done, this is what it's going to look like. You're going to want to cool it down before you put it in the fridge overnight. The reason to put it in the fridge is, look at this. All the fat just rise to the top. Now, it's a healthy soup, so you don't want all that fat. What you do is that you take a spoon and take all the fat away from that soup. Once you're done taking the fat off, split your meat and your veggies in 2 separate bowls. Now what's left in the pan, you're going to want to strain it just to make sure that there's no little pieces of bone or anything like that in. The liquid left in the bowl, this is where it's really concentrated. And make sure to rinse your bowl, because once again, you want to get all the flavor in. Personally, I really don't like wasting. Just rinse it like this and put it back in the bowl. Take your veggies, and now you want to cut it in small pieces. It's a soup, you don't want to do a stew with it. And please be careful not to cut yourself. Now when you're at the celery, There's a part of the celery that is harder. Put it on the side, because it's not very good. Put the remaining liquid of the bowl. And add some water once again to rinse it. Once you rinsed it, you're going to want to put your veggies in. Be careful that it doesn't sploosh everywhere. When the veggies are all in, it's time to cut the broccoli. Now you can use all part of the broccoli. In a soup, it doesn't matter. Now mix all the veggies all together. And now it's time to cut the meat. Now this meat have a lot of fat in it. Be sure not to cut the fat because it's just not going to be very good. Put the fat aside. It's pretty easy to see what's the meat and what's the fat. You just touch it and you're going to feel that the fat is a lot more soft and kind of gooey a little bit. So now when you're done cutting all the meat, add it in your pot with all the veggies. Make sure to get all the flavor. You can even add some water on your cutting board to recuperate all the flavor. See how nice it looks now? Mix it again. Now you're missing a little bit of water, so you're going to want to put about 2 cups. But just make sure that your pot is filled to the top. Don't be scared, the flavor is not going to dilute. Put your oven to medium high. Mix it a little bit. Add your spice. Now you want to add some celery salt. Add some fine herbs. Some chili powder. Now don't put too much because this is really spicy. Some cumin. And once again, add some salt and pepper. Now what's the most important about this soup is putting some beef concentrate. And don't be shy. Mix once you put all your spice in. And once again, you're going to want to cook it for about 1 to 2 hours. Now take half a bouquet of parsley and cut it up in small pieces. Now you don't want to put it too small because it's going to really get smaller once you boil it. And the reason for adding the parsley at the end, it's because parsley will become not very tasty if it boiled too much. Add it into your soup and mix it again. Now you're going to want to continue cooking it. If you see that the water goes down, add a little bit more. You want to keep the level of the water very high. So add 1 cup of pasta and mix it again. Now you can add more pasta if you like it with a lot of pasta. I personally don't. When the pasta are cooked, you can serve it. So personally me, I do Sweet's lunches with it, but you can eat it right away. Thank you for watching. and enjoy your meal.